But Justin, from the very beginning, was so adamant on including them because they're the ones, you know, who made the book see the success it saw. And so it's very important that you capture the things that they loved in the movie. And they involved, you know, had a contest and involved several readers in getting to be there for the script reading. And they were very open and receptive to their feedback. I know that their feedback actually changed some of the things in the script for the better. And I just thought that was brilliant. You know, who better to tell you how the script is and what they want to see in the book than the readers themselves who've been there from the very beginning.
Some of y'all were side-eyeing me yesterday, trying to act like I didn't really track down the lawsuit behind that sneaky little subpoena. But guess what? YA girl was on point, cause not only was it the lawsuit, Blake Lively's legal team straight up confirmed it. And get this, Brian Friedman, he out here saying he don't know nothing about it. Now it's a whole new courtroom showdown brewing, cause Brian already calling the lawsuit yes. Phew, that spells trouble for Miss Blake. Okay, the whole thing was filed in the New York Supreme Court, civil side. And sis, the lawsuit, it came from a company Blake owned. It's called Van Zon Inc. Now Van Zon Inc. got its start in Delaware, courtesy of Eric Rothschild, but baby, best believe that company's tied to none other than Blake Lively, aka Blake Reynolds now. So boom, this company has been shape-shifting like a chameleon. Okay, it done had multiple versions, with one branch popping up in Cali and another that Blake herself launched in New York back in 2019. Now, according to them records pulled from all them secretaries of state, yes, honey, plural, this company been jumping around more than a cheat day on a diet. They been using all kinds of addresses. The one they used in that lawsuit against the Mystery Jane does the one that got the subpoena flying. That address lines right up with what's in the California Secretary of State's file. And baby, even though Van Zon Inc. looking real shady right now, it still ties back to that same setup. Okay, so technically the company looking like it's still popping in California, but baby, don't be fooled. It's actually been forfeited by the California Franchise Tax Board. And let me break it down. When your biz is marked forfeited out here, you straight up can't do nothing, no contracts, no moves until you fix it and get back in good standing. So I did a little digging on the tax board's site to see what's up, and yep, still forfeited. Then boom, I got this letter saying Van Zon Inc. That's the name is not in good standing, period. And when you're not in good standing, phew, that means you owe coins. Okay, you in debt and legally blocked from running business in Cali. Plus, this company got a whole bunch of little branches, but their Delaware one ain't updated nothing in years. This whole setup got shell company vibes all over it. This company doesn't even serve any real purpose. It's just sitting there existing empty, useless, doing nothing. And let's be clear, it's not linked to Wayfair, not to Justin Baldoni, Jen Abel, or Stephanie Jones, none of it. So from where I'm standing, this whole company was probably just a little front, MK. A little mask to keep folks from peeping that it was really Blake Lively behind the scenes. Cause sis didn't file this lawsuit under her own name. No, she said keep my name out the paperwork and use this mystery shell instead. Real hush-hush behavior. She slid that thing under a shell company real slick. Sis was out here straight up hiding her identity. See, when you're playing games in court trying to stay low-key and you got your lawsuit aimed at nothing but a bunch of John Does, that's code for I can drag whoever I want without telling a soul. So boom, she drops a subpoena on Stephanie Jones like it's hot, and the gag is, ain't nobody legally gotta be told nothing. That means Justin Baldoni, Wayfair Studios, and Jen Abel, MMHMM, all blind as bats while their biz was about to be put out there. And when it comes to subpoena power, yeah, folks usually got the right to step in and shut that mess down for a bunch of reasons. But in this shady setup, Wayfair, Jen, and Justin didn't even get the chance to fight it. Now, some people gonna say, well, she could've still got M through the regular lawsuit, but baby, not without folks knowing first. But see, that ain't even the point. Boo. The real issue is they didn't have the info. So what did they do? They cooked up a whole phony lawsuit just to snatch it. That whole thing was a setup so Stephanie could slip around that NDA she got with Wayfair real sneaky like. Instead of breaking the rules out loud, they pulled this stunt to let Stephanie spill the beans without catching heat. That fake case, it was just the smoke screen. Oh, honey, let me spill this tea. So, here's the deal. Just like many lawyers predicted, this whole thing went down after the fact, probably to clean up that mess Stephanie made when she slid some juicy info to Blake back in August 2024. Now, what's really been said about this case? Well, the Daily Mail, just a couple days ago, swooped in to help out Stephanie Jones by spilling the tea on that subpoena. They even said they saw a copy of it, but here's the catch. No stamp, no official stamp of approval. And guess what? They didn't even spill the real details on the lawsuit, like who's really involved. But don't think for a second they didn't know. They absolutely did. They just chose to keep it hush hush-hush from the public. And don't get me started on Deadline. They did the same thing. So why keep it quiet, you ask? Well, if the world knew that this shady lawsuit was coming from some fake company, Vansant, Inc., and that this so-called shell company was being used to fish for info and skirt the subpoena process, oh, it wouldn't look too cute for Blake, now would it? Now, if folks could really get their hands on the details of that lawsuit, honey, they'd see real quick that the case ain't got a thing to do with sexual harassment like they've been trying to make it seem. Oh, and here's the real kicker: Stephanie Jones, who ain't even the main one involved in this lawsuit, got herself subpoenaed just 4 days after that mess was filed. And get this, even though the lawsuit tried to play it like Stephanie didn't know who was involved, the girl knew exactly who to call out with that subpoena. Real suspicions, right? Yeah, it ain't looking too good for her. Now they're out here calling it all kinds of shady, using my little slip-up on that lawsuit as their excuse to throw shade. Ooh, honey, they are out here acting all innocent, like they didn't know a thing, but now they are trying to take credit for my work. And let's be clear, they are only talking about this case because I'm the one who put it on blast. Daily Mail, you better give me my props, okay? Anyway, let's get back to the real tea. So they are saying Blake Lively pulled some super shady legal moves that lit the spark for a full-on war with Justin Baldoni, and he had no idea it was coming. Word on the street is that she quietly filed a secret lawsuit months before the drama really kicked off with her It Ends With Us co-star. And now, thanks to my big reveal, Daily Mail's finally catching up, diggin, into the whole mess. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, this whole thing dropped right in your lap, courtesy of yours truly. Now they're out here acting like they've got the exclusive. Now, get this, legal experts are out here calling this whole thing a total sham. One of them even went as far as to say it was super shady, and we're talking shady in the worst way possible. But here's the real kicker: Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, is out here claiming this is some sneaky, backdoor move to bypass the legal process and secretly scoop up these documents without giving anyone a heads up. Now that's what we call abusive process, y'all. And let me tell you, they ain't playing around. They are ready to come at this with everything they've got under the law. So here's the tea. Baldoni had no clue this was going down. He knew they were up to something shady, but he had no idea which lawsuit they were using to pull all this underhandedness. Can you believe it? Look, let me tell you something: discovery might be underway, but don't get it twisted. People don't always want to play nice when it comes to handing over what they know. Just cause the clock's ticking on discovery doesn't mean folks are rushing to turn over documents. Now, in these types of cases, they'll hit you with an objection and make you go through all this drama just to get them to cooperate. And trust me, Blake and Stephanie, they might pull the same stunt and refuse to give up a copy of that subpoena, even though they're out here talking like they've seen it all. It's beyond frustrating, and I need y'all to really understand that just cause discovery's wrapping up soon, that doesn't mean Wayfair, Baldoni, or Friedman got the tip. Friedman even said himself that he didn't know a thing about the lawsuit until Daily Mail hit him up for a comment. Hold up, now this part is real shade. If the Daily Mail had that subpoena, they could have spilled the whole tea to him about what the lawsuit was all about, right? I mean, if they were the ones bringing up the lawsuit in the first place, wouldn't they have had the deets? It's like they are playing a whole game of cat and mouse out here.
Drop your thoughts in the comments below, let's talk about it. If you're feeling the vibe, hit that like button. And if you're new to the fam, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when we drop the latest and greatest. Thanks for tuning in.